Welcome to class today. I'm going to give you an example of the speech I'm going to ask you to do. But first, I think it's a little bit dark in here, so Lumos. So what I did is, just like for you, I did a random word selector, and so I'm going to talk about my topic, which is plants, for 2 minutes. So this is the kind of thing I'm going to ask you to do. Watch it, ask me questions later if you have them. Here we go. Today, I'm going to talk to you about plants. To be honest, this is not a topic I know a lot about. My father has a garden somewhere back there, and he loves plants and planting things and gardens and flowers, but I don't know a lot about it. So let's start with some basic information. Did you know that in the world today, there are 80,000 different plants that are edible? However, 90% of people only eat about 30 of those plants. Isn't that nuts? There's so much variety, and yet we eat so little of it. 70,000 plants are used in a variety of medicinal purposes. In fact, half of the drugs in the United States that are used by people come from plants. However, sadly, despite these many uses, 68% of plants in the world are in danger of extinction. And so I think that really we should learn something today about plants and how we should take care of them, because clearly we need them. A few things from my own life. I bought a house earlier this year, and 2 of my friends bought me plants that are at my house. They are both probably dead because I haven't been there in over a week, and one of them is certainly dead because on the day that it was sitting on my desk, Mrs. Slank gave me the plant, she put it on my desk, and one of you know who you are, took a whole bunch of pens and stuck it inside the plant, and now it's dead. So, no thank you for that. One other personal connection that I have to plants is when I lived in Arizona, cactuses probably, were the very common plant, and it was new to me. And so I remember moving from Wyoming to Arizona. The first time I saw a cactus, it was one of those really pretty ones that has tons of white little tiny spines all over it, and I thought to myself, oh, that plant looks kind of like Santa Claus. And so I ran over to it and I gave it a big hug, and then I realized that it was a cactus, and then I had spines all up and down, and I cried and I made a scene, and then my parents had to go home because I was being too embarrassing in the store. And that is what I know about plants, and that's what I'm going to ask you to do. So that was 2 minutes right there. It wasn't an incredible speech. I think that I could have moved around more. I found myself standing very still. And so what you're going to do is you are going to record yourself giving a speech, just like I just did, about your topic. I know some of the topics are easy, some of them are hard. Some of you might know things about your thing, some of you might not. So what I did is I actually looked up some facts about plants. I'm going to show you, you can't read this, but these are the notes that I took. It took me about 4.5 minutes to do this. I googled things about plants, and I decided I would talk about my dad's garden, I would talk about some plants, I would give a shout out to one of you for ruining that one plant that I own, and then I would end with a story. So all in all, this assignment took me 10 minutes to do, tops. So that's what I'm going to ask you to do. Let me know if you have any questions. Feel free to do research. You don't have to do research, talk about it, whatever. And now that I'm done, I think it is time to turn off the lights, so Knox.